Life's not infinite, it's the only chance we get. So why are we waiting?
No knee throws, no.
You're not at 20 yet?
I thought you were
A little bit of an arch.
Catch it kind of thing, right? Like you have both hands on.
Kenny's losing really bad.
Yeah, I know. We should rub it in harder. Pull over here.
Oh, that's the dad.
Okay. I thought you were about to get me. I'm at 20 now.
Okay, new rule. Say 1, 2, ready, go.
Your team? What? There's no
Yeah, new rule. Say 1, 2, ready, go. Or count of 3.
Oh, man.
Or
1, 2, ready, and
I think you should say a little poem. Make sure everybody.
It's always paid to enter. Isn't life funny? Make some money, spend it all to feel less crummy.
Hello! Hi! Hello! Love you! Hello, I'm filming the spread. This, my favorite thing in the world, fish and dip.
Which was in there?
You don't want to. Hello!
I played my whole life.
Hello! Hi, darling! Making a family video.
take 4. 3 or 4. I don't know. I'm having a hard time doing this intro. Am I crooked? Wow, it looks shiny. This is literally, I think, my 5th attempt filming this video today. Hello. Wow, it is so good to see you guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. It has been a while. And let me just say, Happy New Year. My focus. I don't think I am. Oh, it's like, I think I'm in focus. So I'm in my living room. I've got notes here to make sure my ADHD brain stays on track. I've got my Bible here to read you some quotes. And let's just get started in this video. I am so excited for this year. And the Lord has made it abundantly clear to me that 2023 is the year for growth. It is the year for my online journey. It is the year for YouTube, period, end of story. It is the year for so many things. And this last month, I decided I wanted to, in December, give up Instagram, fast Instagram, to clear my mind and make sure that going into the new year, I have a lot more mental clarity, that I am more focused, that I am energized, and I am free of anxiety and worry and fear. And obviously, fear comes and goes. It's not something that I can just like take away permanently in my life, because that's not how it works. The devil is around every single day. So, but that I feel stronger against the face of fear. At the end of 2022, I was in after my wedding and stuff, I was very, what was the word? I was very numb. I just felt like this glazed over, just going with the motions of the day, like zombie, ignoring my anxieties, ignoring my gut, ignoring the negative emotions that I was burying. And I was truly trying to suppress those feelings with Instagram. And I have built like my entire career on social media, more specifically with Instagram. Instagram and word of mouth, I've talked about this before on my channel, are the ways that I get clients with makeup. And I'm an independent makeup artist. I am not with an agency. So for the last 15, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. For the last 8 years, I have been growing my business with Instagram, and I have just gotten so accustomed to being on that app. And it wasn't until really 2022 was the year where I had like this huge shift in my life, and it really opened my eyes to what I was really feeling, what I was so unhappy with. It opened my eyes to like who I want to become, who I am now, who I want to become, what my priorities are in life. And I talked about this briefly in like a video, in a couple of videos here, about like my career. And I had just felt a calling to get on YouTube back in July. I think it was just like my year was just so slammed with makeup, with like my wedding, with moving. And I just I knew I had a calling to get on YouTube and to make videos, but I didn't know how to transition into that. And I didn't know what exactly that would look like for me and what I wanted to do with it. I knew I just had to be there. And I just had to be here on YouTube. I didn't know like truly what I wanted to do with my channel, how I wanted my channel to be. I knew I wanted it to be more lifestyle, and I'm still trying to figure that out. And I feel like that'll just come with time and with effort and work and consistency. It'll just evolve on its own. It was after my wedding, I finally, and the waters calmed down, and I was just like, okay, who am I? What do I want to do for 2023? Why am I so unhappy? What is it that I want? What do I want? It was like that scene in The Notebook where Ryan Gosling was like, what do you want? And she's like, it's not that simple. It's not that simple. Literally, that was me. And like after my wedding. And so I decided, well, what I was doing is I found myself just getting on, just being so overwhelmed with this unsettling feeling of this like friction in my life, that I would just pick up my phone and I would just scroll on Instagram and I would just use it to ignore my feelings and ignore what I was going through. And because I did not want to, it was like I didn't want to face it. It was just too overwhelming. I find myself like consuming my precious time here on this earth, ignoring God's calling for me and ignoring my unhappiness because I was in a comfortable state, but I was in an unhappy state. I looked on my phone. I like wanted to do some research on social media and why it's addicting, how it's addicting, and how it's dangerous to mental health. So I just want to read this because this really stuck with me. This is from the addictioncenter.com. Social media use becomes problematic when someone views social networking sites as an important coping mechanism to relieve stress, loneliness, or depression. Social media use provides these individuals with continuous rewards that they're not receiving in real life, so they end up engaging in the activity more and more. This continuous use eventually leads to multiple interpersonal problems, such as ignoring real-life relationships, work or school responsibilities, and physical health, which may then exacerbate an individual's undesirable moods. This then causes people to engage in social networking behavior even more as a way of relieving dysphoric mood states. When social media users repeat this clinical pattern of relieving undesirable moods with social media use, the level of psychological dependency of social media increases. And that was me. That was literally me. I was using it as a distraction. And it got to the point where I was like, enough is enough. Like, I'm tired of living this way. I need to take some personal accountability and responsibility and figure out what, like, and turn this situation around. And so I prayed about it, and I was like, you know what? I have to get off Instagram, because I don't really get on Facebook. Facebook is like, I am not like a consistent user on Facebook. I like every once in a while will just like upload photos to Facebook. I don't even know why I have Facebook, to be honest with you. I got rid of TikTok because I wasn't using it. I wasn't getting on it either. And I know how like dangerous TikTok is. So I was like, if I'm not even using it, why is it on my phone? So I got rid of my TikTok. I got rid of Snapchat a long time ago. I got rid of Twitter a long time ago. So really it was just Instagram that was my most frequent social media platform. I made a post on socials and I was like, listen, I need to figure some shit out. I am like, I need to get off Instagram. So bye. I am not going to be around for Christmas. I'm not taking New Year's Eve appointments. I need some time to get into the Word, to pray, to silence everything, the noise around me, and to figure out what it is God is trying to tell me. It was the best decision I've ever made. And it is truly still, it has impacted me. Even with me being back on Instagram, I feel like a different social media user now, and I need to be very careful throughout 2023 to make sure I don't get back into the zombie trance of social media. Let me just talk about what happened in those first few days. I mean, we already know like social media affects mental health. Harvard did studies about it. There's so many studies about that. So I'm not going to go into great detail on that because that's not truly what this video is about. It definitely is a factor, but I kind of wanted to give you my personal experience on what happened during my fast of Instagram. And let's just get started with like the first, I would say 5 days. I would just grab my phone and open up the app without even thinking about opening the app. Like my brain wouldn't say, I'm gonna open up Instagram. My thumb literally just did it. My body, my muscle memory would open it. And I would quickly get out of it. I'd be like, oh my God, what am I doing? What am I doing? Because I didn't want to get on it. It was just like my body was so accustomed to doing that. And that's when I was like, wow, okay. Clearly, this is a problem, and I'm so happy I am fasting this because, like, you don't understand like how much you get on Instagram or you scroll, like, or how much you get on it without even thinking about it until you give it up. So for the first like 5 days, my muscle memory would just open up the app. I would instantly close it. And sometimes I would just like leave my phone in another room and just like not have my phone on me, which was really, really great. And a lot of tears were shed within the first, I would say, week of fasting, because it was just like I was finally allowing myself to like feel and release pent up emotions And a lot of that release and a lot of those tears were like tears of gratitude of this world, of this earth, of my life, of my friends, my family, my job, my husband, my pets, my home. It was like an overwhelming sense of gratitude came upon me, and it wasn't like I was like relieving like tears of sadness. It was like, oh my gosh, like look at this world around me that I have been like blinded to. Like I felt like my days I was just going around, walking around like a zombie, not really fully taking in the world around me, just kind of going with the flow and the daily motions. And I felt like there's no other way to describe it than like the lights were on but nobody was home, like just a zombie. Another thing that I noticed is it was like an instant relief knowing that I didn't have to get on and respond to every comment, that I didn't have to go through my DMs that are super crowded with like old and new messages, and I didn't have to like respond to like DMs right away. And it was like it was such a relief to me. Instagram is like so stimulating too. Like you just see, like as you're scrolling, you're seeing ads, you're seeing like reels of accounts that you don't follow that are like suggested to you. You just see people, you know, having babies or getting married or getting engaged or doing this and doing that, and it's just like a flash, like ding 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 ding. And like on top of that, have you ever realized like how boring it is to scroll and how boring Instagram is? Like it's really harsh, but with the algorithm now these days and it being majority like reels and ads and suggested profiles, it's like I am not seeing the people that I'm like following. So it's like then why am I scrolling? Like why am I scrolling if I'm not like seeing the people who I want to see? Like it gets boring really fast. On top of that, with all the stuff happening around in our world you see all the time, and it's just like it can just be so like it can just like really increase your anxiety and really just ruin your day basically. I also became a better driver because I wasn't scrolling while driving, which I noticed I would do sometimes, and it made driving actually more pleasurable because I was more focused on the road and the world around me, like not just like the cars and the traffic and things like that, but just like the world, the trees, the like nature. Like it made driving more pleasurable and it made me a safer driver. So I'm happy to say like I am not scrolling and driving anymore. I am not on my phone anymore. I don't text and drive. I really enjoy driving now without the use of my phone. The only time I'll even get on my phone is if like I want to change the music, but even then I'll just stick my phone on like Pandora radio, and then like I can use my steering wheel to change the song. So I don't even get on my phone anymore when I'm driving. And so that is a plus side to fasting Instagram. I took personal accountability, and not only did I give up Instagram, but I made it a point to read my Bible every day. And I will say I read my Bible almost every single day. And I remember there was a story that I read in Job that literally brought me to tears. And basically what Job is about this man who had it all. He was a loyal servant to God. He loved God. He worshiped and praised him. He had a great life. He had like an amazing family, all these kids. He was the wealthiest man in town. He had like so much livestock, more than any man around. And Satan came to God, and God said, let me see here. One day, the members of the heavenly court came again to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came with them. Where have you come from? The Lord asked Satan, and Satan answered the Lord, I have been patrolling the earth, watching everything that's going on, which he still does every single day, to this day. Then the Lord asked Satan, have you noticed my servant Job? He is the finest man in all the earth. He is blameless, a man of complete integrity. He fears God and stays away from evil, and he has maintained his integrity even though you urged me to harm him without cause. Satan replied to the Lord, skin for skin, a man will give up everything he has to save his life, but reach out and take away his health, and he will surely curse you to your face. All right, do with him as you please, the Lord said to Satan, but spare his life. So Satan left the Lord's presence and struck Job with terrible boils from head to foot. And then not only that, he killed his children. Satan killed his children. He killed all of his livestock. He basically ruined his life. And Job was tested and tested time and time again. And he wanted to kill himself. He was mad at God. He was his friends came to him and he was like, don't kill yourself, blah, 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 lean into the Lord. And he was like, why would I, blah, blah, blah. And then finally the Lord challenged him and came to him. And he said, where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth? Tell me if you know so much. Who determined its dimensions and stretched out the surveying line? Who supports its foundations? Who laid its cornerstones as the morning stars sang together and all the angels shouted for joy? Who kept the sea inside its boundaries as it burst from the womb? And I clothed it with clouds and wrapped it in thick darkness. Have you made daylight spread to the ends of the earth? Did you bring an end to the night's wickedness? The light disturbs the wicked. Do you realize the extent of the earth? Tell me about it if you know. Do you know the laws of the universe? Can you use them to regulate the earth? Who gives intuition to the heart and instinct to the mind? Have you given the horse its strength or closed its neck with a flowing mane? Did you give it the ability to leap like a locust? Its majestic snorting is terrifying. It paws the earth and rejoices in its strength when it charges out to battle. It laughs at fear and is unafraid. It does not run from the sword. The arrows rattle against it, and the spear and the javelin flash. It paws the ground fiercely and rushes forward into battle when the ram's horn blows. It snorts at the sound of the horn. It senses the battle in the distance. It quivers at the captain's command and the noise of the battle. That literally made me cry. And he goes, do you still want to argue with the Almighty? And then Job responds to the Lord. But it reminded me how powerful and amazing and just incredible our God is. And no matter what happens in your life or where you're at in life, God, the creator of everything, is there to help you and wants you to lean on him. His strength is unlike any other. And then Matthew 5:5. Let me see. 5. God blesses you when people mock you and persecute you and lie about you and say all sorts of evil things against you because you are my followers. Be happy about it. Be very glad, for a great reward awaits you in heaven. And remember, the ancient prophets were prosecuted in the same way, and so was Jesus. That message in the Bible really stuck with me because I had always had fears about getting on YouTube because of the fear of mean comments. Nobody on YouTube is safe from haters, and as soon as you get on YouTube and you have this channel, it makes people perceive you as this untouchable person. You're different all of a sudden. You're judged way worse. You are criticized more for everything that you do. You are putting your privacy on the line by opening up your life to the internet, to the world. And I so desperately just want, there's like a big part of my life that wants to be private, doesn't want anybody to know who I am, who my family is, what I do, and just want to be comforted in privacy, live in the middle of nowhere, and just have a farm and just live a simple, easy, slow life. And another part of me wants to really do something impactful with my life, wants to make a difference in this evil world, wants to fight against the evils of this world. A huge part of me doesn't want to sit back and just like watch it happen. I want to make a difference. I want to make an impact. I see things that just like really hurt and really bother me, and I want to have that opportunity to be able to like have a platform and have a community of people around, of good people around me that wants to help me make a difference. And so I'm like, okay, what's more important? What's bigger to me? And for me, it's the other. I would rather, give up a slow, simple, private life to be able to make the world a better place in any way that I can, and to make an impact in this world in any way I can. It's like for every calling, there's a cost. And so that's going to be one of many costs and sacrifices that I will make being on YouTube. But there's a calling for me to be here, and God has made it very clear to me that this is where he wants to take me. And another part of why I was so just kind of confused was because I'm like, why would God take away something that he has blessed me with, that I've worked my butt off for years and sacrificed so much for years to finally get here, for him to just take it away from me? And what I'm talking about is my makeup career. I gave you a very short YouTube video version of like the last 8 years of my life as a makeup artist, or becoming a celebrity makeup artist. And I often think about, those years of struggle, and of how I persisted and how I stuck it out and kept going and pushed through. And of all those years where I was paying for gas, like I was collecting change at the bottom in my car, like finding change in my car in the bottom of my purse to pay for gas. Like I was like, wow, like I sacrificed so much to get here, and went through so much to get here, to then just move on from it. I was so confused. I was like, okay. But then I was thinking, okay, so what are the things that I would be giving up in the makeup artist world to pursue a job on YouTube? Because I'm starting fresh. Like, I'm not making any money on YouTube. All of my, any income that I make is through makeup. So, but I need to cut back on makeup to give myself time, to free up the time for me to focus on building out my YouTube channel. So I thought about, okay, so what exactly is, one, making me unhappy in the makeup world, and two, what would I be giving up as a makeup artist, as a professional makeup artist, full-time makeup artist, and I was thinking about, every time I would think about oh my gosh, why would I give this up? Why would I stop doing this? I did so much to get here. I went through so much to get here. And then I'm like quickly reminded and quickly humbled by like, okay, this is not a forever job. And for these reasons. One, I would be giving up constantly battling with these multi-million-dollar labels who are constantly trying to nickel and dime the hair and makeup artists for their video shoots constantly. These people have so much money and they literally have like no like a zero budget for hair and makeup. And I've talked to other makeup artists and hairstylists about this, and it's an actual like issue that we like face, and it's much worse in Nashville. I know I spoke with a LA hairstylist and that has moved here to Nashville, and she just can't believe how cheap Nashville is. And it's very disrespectful. These labels that have like millions and millions of dollars are giving only want to give like literally like pennies to their hair and makeup people. So I'm constantly trying to negotiate my rate and my worth as a makeup artist with these labels. And I'm giving that, like, that's one thing I'd be giving up. That's great, right? Not only is it like the labels, but there are like very, very wealthy clients here that don't want to pay for a good hair and makeup. So then we have these makeup artists that cut their rate in half, that lower their rate by half, and just so they can snag these like clients and secure them. So, I mean, because these clients are not going to use somebody that's more expensive if they have this makeup artist that's like literally cutting their rate down to like nothing. So it's like a way of like controlling the like clientele. The makeup artists, they just want to like completely like undercut all the others just so they can make sure they secure this client and this client stays with them. So I have never cut my rate down in half just to work with somebody that has a blue check mark or that has a name. And I've stayed like true to myself, and in fact, like, I want to raise my rate. I would rather not do your makeup than and make no money than to just lower my worth and receive just your pocket change. No, thank you. So I would be giving that up, which is great. People just constantly trying to negotiate my worth and my rate. And as someone who wants to be a mother and who wants to grow and evolve in this world and as a person, that is something that would hold me back from doing that. So it's just not only that, and also like just having to like be somewhere and physically like use my body, use my hands to make money. That's something I would also be giving up. I don't have to lug that like 60-pound kit around anymore, and like, yeah. So no more lugging that kit around, and just like, it's just no. I'm 31 years old and I want to have babies. I want to have children, and that's just not the life I want to live as a mother. So what I guess I'm like afraid to let go of is that passion, because I love doing makeup. My passion in makeup is my passion in making women feel beautiful and feel confident. I'd be giving that up. Meeting new people and those experiences that come with it, So there are a lot of like cool and beautiful things in them, and as for being a makeup artist, but I'm trying to like weigh those out, and I think letting go of this career is what's meant to be. For 2023 though, I'm not completely just like cutting it out cold turkey. I will be keeping my most loyal clients, the ones that actually value me as an artist, the ones that are perfectly fine with my rates. In fact, I have a client that's like, you can raise your rates, like you should raise your rates, like you're that good. So I have clients that really, really value me and respect me, and those are the ones that I will be taking on in 2023. They are, they always have stuff going on, so, and every once in a while I'll pick up like a new client, or a new job. So I have some New Year's resolutions, and I just want to say, like, going into 2023, it is going to be a very challenging year. It's going to be a year of a lot of sacrificing, a lot of developing, a lot of creating, a lot of newness, and I'm very excited for that. So my goal for 2023 in this YouTube channel is to, I also have this like binder or this planner, and I wrote down a lot of my goals for the year. I really want to be more intentional with this YouTube channel this year. It is not going to be secondary to makeup. It is going to be my number one priority, and makeup is going to come secondary to YouTube. So they're going to switch. And as well as making makeup content as well. So what I want to do with this channel, especially now that it's in its growing phase, it's in the seedling phase, that I need to really pump it with a lot of good TLC. I want to post like 1 to 2 videos a week. I would love to get 2 videos posted a week. That would be great, especially for like the first like 3 months or so on YouTube. So 1 to 2 videos a week of YouTube, and about 2 videos a month on makeup content. So that's about 4 to 5 videos. Wait, hold on. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. It's about 11 videos-ish a month if I'm doing the math right, or so. And I'm doing like all the editing, and it takes me like 8 hours to edit a video for YouTube. So it's going to consume a lot of my time, but I'm very excited about it. I don't know what my YouTube channel is going to look like. I don't know what it's going to turn into or evolve into, but all I know is that the Lord is guiding me in this direction, and He is going to strengthen me. He's going to give me wisdom. I'm praying for His wisdom. And I'm praying for His strength, and I'm praying for that He uses me in any way that He wants to use me, and because I know His plan is always better than mine and anything that I can dream of. But I'm very excited. I'm very excited for what's to come in 2023. I cannot believe that I'm here, and like this is like where I'm going with my life, but I think my 30s are going to be some great years. I just can't picture myself doing this like being a makeup artist like the rest of my life. Like, I know that's not what I want. And I don't know how other makeup artists feel. I know some feel very similar to me, because as we get older and we get married and want to have families, our priorities change, and that's great. I'm very confident in this decision of making YouTube my number one priority in my career over makeup. But you know, it's sometimes you have to sacrifice. some things. And I asked God, I'm like, is this what you want me to sacrifice? And it is clear that because I asked him, like, I mean, our country is going through a big recession next year. Like, food is so expensive. Everything is so expensive. So why would I sacrifice how I make a living and how I make money for something that doesn't make me money? You know, that seems so ridiculous and scary. But my God is not the voice of fear. And I know that this is what he wants me to do. And I know that he's going to do something much bigger than I can even possibly imagine. And so for that, I'm not afraid anymore. I am not afraid. With that being said, I will see you in my next video. Love you guys so much, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.